Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A real pleasure to be with you here in Venice. Congratulations on the film. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us. For people who haven't seen the Ivy yet, maybe you want to start with a brief intro. What can they expect going into your movie?
Bueno, La Hiedra es una película sobre dos personajes que de alguna manera están habitando como una soledad profunda marcada por el abandono, digamos, y tienen un encuentro un poco instintivo, ¿no? Desde varios lazos que les unen y empiezan como a jugar a ser familia sin serlo. Ambos parecen de la misma edad. Él ha crecido en un hogar para niños, figuras paternales, y ella, por un suceso de su pasado, se ha quedado como estancada en una edad adolescente, aunque tiene 30 años. Entonces la película explora todos los matices de esta relación, ¿no? Como el síndrome de Edipo, algo como no ordenado en el deseo, ciertas cosas, no sé, que cada uno quiere explorar con el otro.
You've said that all of your features, this being your third one, Alba and Octopus Skin, as well as this, orbit around similar motifs or themes around family and around adolescence. So what do you think those through lines might be, and how did you want to maybe explore those further with this particular story?
En las dos primeras películas, en las tres hay algo en común, que es como una necesidad de hablar de ciertas heridas de infancia que no están explicitadas, sino que se van como delatando a través de la historia, del cuerpo, de los gestos, pero cada uno explora eso de manera distinta. En Alba, mi primera película, es una niña que está entrando a la pubertad, tiene 11 años, es la relación de ella con su padre, en una situación difícil de enfermedad de su mamá, y una cosa de aceptarse ella al aceptar a su papá en relación a un universo también del colegio y de las expectativas de éxito que tiene ella entre las compañeritas de su clase. En La piel pulpo, en cambio, son estos dos personajes que están igual al margen, pero porque viven en una isla completamente aislados de la sociedad y han crecido sin ciertas normas que rigen lo que es civilizado y lo que no. Y en Hiedra, y en ese caso es la exploración de la relación de estos dos hermanos, ¿no? en la adolescencia. Y en Hiedra, en cambio, creo que uno de los pasos que me interesa dar es también poder trasladar la intimidad que había explorado en las películas anteriores, pero hacia un tema que era desconocido para mí, que es el universo de los hogares de niños que han vivido en situación de abandono, como yo tenía un poco de miedo de hablar del otro porque me parecía como irrespetuoso, como que me parecía más sincero hablar de lo que yo conocía, y entonces en esta película doy ese salto y entonces hay un proceso de investigación muy fuerte, por un lado. Por otro lado, es la primera vez que trabajo con una protagonista, digamos, en este caso de 30 años, porque las anteriores protagonistas eran como de 13, 15, pero lo que me gustó mucho de explorar con Simone y lo que se parece es que ella es una chica de 30, pero estancada en una edad de 13 años, digamos. Entonces, eso fue distinto, y también hubieron como más riesgos en la puesta en escena. Creo que también el grupo de adolescentes con el que trabajamos fue todo un reto en términos de que cada personaje tuviera su personalidad, y además de que como grupo funcionaran como una especie de manada. Y también creo que es un reto porque para mí esta es una mezcla de las dos pelis anteriores. O sea, por un lado es como más narrativa, tal vez como Alba, pero también visualmente y en ciertas decisiones más arriesgada como La piel pulpo.
There's something so naturalistic about the way you shoot the film, and you're up close all the time. I know you're majority working with non-professional actors, except of course for Simone, who has lots of experience. So maybe you can tell us a bit about how you go about your casting process and how you bring together someone who's got experience with people who are completely new to shooting a film. I believe you even had like 5 months of perhaps rehearsal time to get people to feel so comfortable with each other.
Okay, the casting process is like very long. We do like 1,500 castings, and we worked a lot with teenagers. Even in the casting, we already work with a lot of taking care of them and their emotions, because they are non-actors, and even in a casting, things could be like strong. And to find Edu, we met a lot of young adolescents. He had something like really special because he could improvise like very fluently, and also he has a deepness, something really deep that is like shown in the small gestures, and he has experience in life that you can feel like kind of hypnotic in front of the camera. And to choose Simone, like I saw a film that's called La Región Salvaje a long time ago, and I really was like impressed by her mystery, and like she has something also very hypnotic. We were working with Mexico, and I said, okay, maybe she can be the actress, and she accepted to read the script. And I went to Mexico, and we did there like a kind of exercise, not like a casting, but kind of exercise, and she was like really perfect for the paper, for the character. We built like a kind of intimacy space. We work a lot between the three of us and with the other actors, like for them to feel really comfortable with one another, and between them, like the directing actors is something that I really enjoy. I have a team with which I work. For example, this team helped me preparing them, like in terms of teaching them what is acting, the actors that didn't have experience, or helping Simone also in her search for the character. But I direct the actors. It is the thing I enjoy the most. So everything goes around them. Like the camera has to adapt to the decisions of acting. Like if we have to shoot the first close up, even if it is a mess for the light, instead of shooting first the general shot, we will do that because maybe the first time or the first shot will be the most powerful. And so everything turns around the actors.
Maybe Simone, you can talk about what attracted you to the role in the first place, but perhaps how this experience was quite different from other roles you've taken on, both in the character itself, but also working with non-actors and perhaps working in a slightly different way.
I think what attracted me to the film was, that Azucena is like a broken person. I'm always attracted to broken characters somehow. And what was interesting for me was it's a unique and uncommon way of seeing these people meeting, right? So I feel like the obvious way would it be like in a cheesy way, like finally these characters find each other and oh my God, and happy ending and whatever. But it wasn't like that. It was more like interesting, somehow dark even. Yeah, that amazed me. And in the process, I mean, I feel like I always worked in a mix with professional actors and non-actors. I mean, I feel like in Latin America it's quite common. Yeah, I mean, even like in the films I work in Europe, for example, they're always like this mix. I feel like directors that I work with or I like to work with, they're constantly trying to find more like interesting people than professional or famous actors. Somehow my niche ends up being that always.
What attracted you to sort of going for this role and it being your first time in front of the camera? What was that experience like? And perhaps having someone like Simone to work opposite made it even easier, as well as an incredible director.
Bueno, creo que una de las partes esenciales que, como he hablado con Ana Cris, para ser mi primera vez y ahora lograr estar aquí frente a tantas personas, haciendo todo esto, logrando todo lo que se está logrando, creo que para mí ha sido como un regalo de Dios, un regalo del cielo, que es al donde siempre apunto primero a decirle gracias a Dios, porque Él es el que me provee de cada bendición todos los días. Y de ahí, igual como he hablado con Ana Cris, este sentimiento de trabajar con alguien de jerarquía, que en este caso es Simón, para mí, tanto que me aportó una experiencia de aprendizaje, conocer un poco más a cómo desenvolverme y todo, igual tengo un respeto hacia ella porque sí ha habido una que otra escena por ahí que tal vez no me soltaba completamente debido a eso, que sentía ese respeto hacia ella, que sabía que tal vez tiene una trayectoria más recorrida antes que yo y sí me costaba un poco, pero de ahí normal, la relación entre los dos dentro de lo del que fue el transcurso de la película, tranquila, nos reíamos, nos divertíamos, pero al mismo tiempo aprendíamos, y en especial yo aprendía demasiado de ella. Con Ana Cris, como vuelvo y repito, siempre agradecido por haberme dado esta oportunidad. La experiencia ya de por sí fue súper excelente. Me llevo mucho recuerdo de todas las personas que estuvieron conmigo.
And did you have, question for all of you, a favorite moment on set or one that was particularly challenging?
Creo que toda la película igual estuvo llena de muchas anécdotas. Creo que para mí la esencial fue, como he hablado, el irnos y conocer una parte de mi país tal vez que no haya conocido antes. En este caso el Cotopaxi, que era un sueño que tenía bastante. Y más allá de eso, haberlo tenido tan de cerca ahí junto a mí, haberlo visto, fue para mí decir, soy un extranjero en mi propia tierra, no conozco... O sea, yo sé que hay eso ahí, pero no lo conozco, y gracias a la película, al rodaje, todo eso lo he podido conocer. Creo que para mí esa es la experiencia mejor que he tenido. Creo que el reto más grande fue esto de explorar algo nuevo, explorar algo que tal vez en mi vida pensé hacerlo. Ese sueño de niño que tal vez desapareció por ciertas circunstancias, tanto del país como internas. Haber actuado por primera vez sin haber tenido una experiencia anterior, para mí fue como, al principio tenía un poco de miedo porque decía, nunca he probado esto, nunca he hecho nada, sobre teatro, cine o algo por el estilo. Entonces creo que fue uno de los mayores retos fue prepararme para todo eso, para lo que se venía, pero gracias a los ensayos y gracias a la preparación que tuvimos bastantes meses antes se pudo completar la meta.
I mean, I feel like in Latin America, making cinema is a challenge itself. It's always like very intense and very tiring. The days are very long. There's no film I ever made in Latin America that is like comfort. Like I mean, there's no money for that. And also they always want to film in like these places, like amazing places like Cotopaxi or like this lake or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful, but at the same time it's like tough land. So I mean, for me, like this specific moment in the lake was so intense. I mean, it was extremely cold, and we filmed the whole day there, right? Or half of a day. And yeah, I mean, they were even like scared of us getting sick or something, like dying. The Mexican producer was so scared of it. And yeah, and somehow directors love actors in the water. I mean, it's such a thing. But yeah, I mean, I guess that day was specifically tough. But yeah, I would say like in general, filmmaking there is tough.
Well, I think that one of the biggest challenge, I felt more comfortable in this film than the others. I mean, we had a bit more of budget because I was used to film with less budget. So I enjoyed having a bit more time, and also like I enjoyed the image, like having several lights and things that I wanted to have. But also I enjoyed a lot the fact that I have already experienced before with non-actors. So in this one, it was a bit more fluent. Like I enjoy more the work with the actors. It was really tired for me. Like I did a lot of naps during the shooting. And also one of the hardest things was the editing. We took like 12 months of editing without stopping, and we had some troubles. There are like 5 editors in the film because we had to change editors because of their timing, their agenda. But I also edit, so I never stopped, and I worked like 12 months without even stopping the 1st of January. I mean, it was exhausting, but really beautiful. Like I was really connected to the film. And even when we already finished the film and we already did the mix and the color grading, after we show it in Toulouse, like in a work in progress where we won a prize. But there, in front of the audience, I understood that I wanted to do some changes, mainly in the beginning. So then we opened again the editing, and it worth it, but it was like a big challenge. And also, as Simone said, the lake day, I was worried about them. He wanted to enter again 10 times. She was like freezing.
And in terms of the takeaways from the film, I mean, it feels non-conventional, not only because of its characters, but also allowing subtlety and ambiguity to sit within the film and the relationship. And these two people, I mean, they're both deeply wounded for different reasons, but the fact that they come together and they find this connection feels like something positive out of something negative. So what do you want to say about trauma, perhaps, or about the need for human connection?
Yes, I am interested in like pushing the boundaries of what we understand is a common intimacy or common bond. Like we have like kind of cages, like, okay, he's my boyfriend or sister or mother. And I think that relations are a bit more complex than that, and feelings are more complex. I like a lot the fact that they decide in a moment what they want to be, even if they are not, like they decide, and this decision is like even more stronger than blood. I mean, it's something authentic, let's say, and I like this game as well. And I like the ambiguity of the bond, but also the ambiguity of not knowing really what exactly happened and how. But in a moment, it doesn't matter. It's like they draw ¿cómo se dice lunar? In each other, like to be the same, and their fragility, let's say, like both are like fragile characters. At the same time, they are strong. He takes care of the babies. She takes care of her grandfather. She's like kind of selfish sometimes, but they are really fragile in a way. So together, they are like kind of stronger. And in the mountains, there is something more animal and free that comes out. Like they are not domesticated, like so they can be wherever they want, let's say.
I guess that's what Ana Cristina said about, like, I mean, when you force a relationship to fit with a tag and force the relationship into a tag, probably it's gonna, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like meant to fail, rather than if you just leave a relationship, whatever relationship, to just flow and get like the shape of its nature or something, yeah.
Bueno, creo que lo esencial, creo que el mensaje principal de la película para mí, creo que es esto de que es un poco complicado de entender porque la película sí transcribe y aborda muchos problemas que se enfrentan en la actualidad, no solo en Ecuador, sino a nivel mundial. Pero creo que lo principal sería como tratar de encontrar eso de que si alguien necesita algo, tratar de estar ahí con él, o sea, no en un mal sentido como Azucena buscando un poco loca, pero sí en el caso de brindar ese amor tal vez a lo que necesita, pero sí es un poco difícil de entender porque la película tiene un poco de mucha complejidad, es muy complejo tratar de captar el tema central que quiero, pero a mí en lo principal con lo que me gustaría que se queden es eso, el tratar de buscar conexiones y compañía, a veces incluso cuando uno piensa que no la tiene, cuando piensa que está solo o algo así.
And just very quickly, what does it mean to you to be here with your film in Venice Film Festival?
I feel really grateful, very, very grateful. Like this has been something I really wanted, like for a long time. I had been in festivals in San Sebastián, in Rotterdam, and this is something important in my work, but this was like a different step, let's say, and I hope it opens doors for Ecuadorian cinema, because this is the second film in history of Ecuador that is like feature premiering in official competition. The last one was 26 years ago, Rata, Ratones y Rateros from Sebastián Cordero. So it's important because there is interest in cinema in Ecuador, and maybe it's difficult to reach these kind of spaces. Like it's very, very competitive, and you need a lot of, it's not only talent, it's a lot of things too. I feel grateful also that I am here with the actors, with my family, with friends. Like it's something very special. And I hope it also opens doors for continue creating, like to continue shooting, and because it's very difficult to raise budget in Ecuador. So it's a short budget, what you can do. So
yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with me.
Thank you.
Huge congrats on the movie, and can't wait for everyone else to have a chance to see it. Thanks so much. Muchas gracias.